we are segueing into the second half. I am going to go ahead and put my apron on. We are cooking just a little bit tonight. It's not really apron worthy cooking, but that way Casey knows when it's time for the second half. So when she is posting your videos for you, when she is posting the YouTube, which by the way, the YouTube for this one should be up, the two YouTube should be up tomorrow. And then Jessica has a recipe to type with this, so she might not get the recipe up until Tuesday. But the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to have to get some eggs ready. So we're not just making eggs tonight, but we're going to have to get some eggs ready. So for those of you who don't know how to hard boil an egg, oh, I forgot to drink my water. Hold please. New people, we stop and drink water at the halfway point because I've been talking nonstop for 31 minutes now, and y'all need some water too. So everybody get a drink of water. Ooh, Carol just got an interesting mood too. Okay. Whew. So what we're going to need here in a few minutes are some eggs, or some hard-boiled eggs. So for those of you who don't know how to hard-boil an egg, if you're like me and you've had trouble hard-boiling eggs, I'm going to show you how to do it the easy way. So that's the first part of this. So first things first, we're going to hard-boil some eggs. I have a Simple Living Products air fryer. Whatever brand of air fryer you have, you can do this. And let's see. Oh, okay. Trish wants to know if somebody has an Android and if you can do that to let her know. So all we're going to do is add a couple of eggs. I never do more than 4. These are just normal eggs, nothing special about them. It actually works better if they're a little bit older. So these, I've had these eggs for, and okay, I don't mean old, but like older, like you didn't just get them. Like they're not freshly harvested from the chicken. It works better if they have a little bit of age on them. So these were a week old from the grocery store. These are brown eggs. Nothing special about them. But I usually just do about 3 or 4 at a time. And I've just put these in the bottom of my Simple Living Products air fryer basket. The basket is in there, okay? And you don't poke them. For some reason, people always ask me if you poke a hole in them. I don't know why you would poke a hole in them, but you do not poke a hole in them. And don't worry about them rolling around. They're okay. Put it back in your air fryer. And remember, scoop. Don't shove it in. And you're going to turn it on 260. 260 for 16 minutes. Okay. While that is going, so while the eggs are going, and if you don't know how to make hard-boiled eggs in an air fryer, we have a chat for that. And you can just go to youtube.com and look it up. youtube.com, go to IfYouHaveAnEgg and look it up. You can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. That's our blog website. So you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look it up. Just look up hard-boiled and you'll find it. But it is literally the easiest way to hard-boiled eggs. So I had never successfully hard-boiled an egg. I've peeled a lot of, okay, Jeannie did a cow and got cooked cow peas on Android. That's hilarious. But anyway, okay, so I've peeled lots of hard-boiled eggs that my sister or my mother or somebody else, have made. I have tried every way known to man to make eggs. The only other time I've been successful is popcorn Karen, and I did make them in her Instant Pot, and they turned out great. But you know what? I own 4 air fryers, and I don't own an Instant Pot, so I just make them in the air fryer. Okay, so the eggs, super simple, 260, 16 minutes, and then we're going to put them in an ice bath for 5 minutes, and I'll show you what we're going to use them for here in just a second. Okay, last week I went to Trader Joe's. So last week we had a Trader Joe's haul. And that was at the end of chat number 211. So if you missed the Trader Joe's haul, you can just go back to last week's chat and watch that. If you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, we have the whole list. We have, sorry, I fiddle with my apron. If you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look at last week's post for chat 211, we do have the Trader Joe's haul on there, and it has everything that I got at Trader Joe's with the Smart Point. So when you pull that up, it has, so it's my Trader Joe's list that I got last week. And yes, my Christy, I'm a little bit obsessed with air fryers, just a tiny bit. I even mentioned it during Sunday school this morning. So yeah, maybe just a tiny bit. But anyway, what was I even saying? Now, Christy, You know you can't do that to me because you know you just distracted me. Anyway, that list from last week, it does have the smart points in blue, green, and purple. So anything that I got from Trader Joe's last week, you can go back to, you're hilarious. You can go back to last week's chat on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com or on YouTube and watch it. But on If You Have an Egg, you can actually print it. If you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, you can actually print that list. And again, it's on blue, green, and purple. So it shall tell you the serving size and blue, green, and purple. And yes, Orlando Debbie squirrel. Haha, y'all are hilarious. Okay, one of the things I got last week, though, is a family favorite. I mean, like, we love this, and I get this every single time I go to Trader Joe's. And I call it the wrong thing every single time. Every single time. I call it jalapeno artichoke dip every single time. And I call it that in all of my recipes, too. It is not called jalapeno artichoke dip, okay? So don't go to Trader Joe's and ask them for that. They'll probably help you find it. And yes, you are hilarious, Christy. It's called artichoke and jalapeno dip. So not jalapeno artichoke dip, artichoke and jalapeno dip. That's what it's called. Okay, so I always get this when I'm there. And what we make with it, like the first thing that we make with it every single time, this is 1 point per tablespoon. 1 point per tablespoon, or 2 points per 2 tablespoons. So the serving size is 2 tablespoons. What we make with it every single time I go and every single time I buy it only uses part of the container. So we always end up with this other part of the container that, like what are we going to do with it? And hello, Sandy from Naperville. So it's okay. She's late because her daughter's late. Sandy, so you're going to have to go back and listen to the first part of this chat because we had a question for you, but I don't have time to go back and ask it right now. But anyway, so the Trader Joe's artichoke and jalapeno dip, what we make with it every single time I go to Trader Joe's is my jalapeno artichoke. It's actually jalapeno artichoke bacon cheesy ciabatta, I think is the name. The name of the recipe is like that long. It is so long, but it is basically Trader Joe's ciabatta sliced, and you put a smear of this on there, a smear of the artichoke and jalapeno dip on there, and then do my recipe candied bacon, or you can just do regular bacon and crumble it up and put it on there, and then you put cheese on it and then melt it and you bake all that in the oven, or you can cook it in the air fryer, and it is absolutely one of my favorite things. It's like 12 smart points for the whole thing, but I don't care. It's that delicious. I don't want 6 smart points worth of it. I don't even want 8. I want all of it. I want the whole thing of my portion. So that's 12 smart points. Okay. Those recipes are already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So if you go and just search artichoke or jalapeno, you'll be able to find that recipe. Okay, so that's thing number 1 that we make every single time I go to Trader Joe's and every single time I buy this, which is just about every single time I go to Trader Joe's. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little parched today. Karen and I did get to walk, and it was super warm outside today, so I'm a little bit parched. It's freezing again now, but it was a little bit warm earlier. Okay, but then what do you do with the rest of the container? Okay, I mean, it's 2 smart points for 2 tablespoons. I'm willing to spend that on the jalapeno artichoke bacon cheesy ciabatta, whatever it's called. I'm willing to spend it on that, and it's absolutely delicious on that, but it leaves the rest of the container, and I only get enough ciabatta from Trader Joe's to make that one time, and then I use the rest of the ciabatta to make, and I think you can see them. I didn't mean to put them out, but I think they're right there. If you can see them right here. Actually, I'll just show you. I use the rest of the ciabatta bread to make ciabatta croutons to go in my soup, because I also almost always buy the tomato feta soup from Trader Joe's. But don't keep the ciabatta from Trader Joe's on your, don't keep it for too long. It starts to turn green within just a few days. So you got to eat it fast. So since I've only purchased enough ciabatta to make this one time, I have the entire rest of this container left over. Now it's meant to be eaten as a dip. It's a point per tablespoon, and a tablespoon's not very much. So couple of things that I do with it instead of just eating it. It's delicious as a dip. And if you're a civilian and you're this big around, eat it. Knock yourself out. Go ahead and eat it all you want. But a couple of things that you can do though to use the rest of this container you know, and not feel like you've just blown your, you know, blown your Smart Point budget. One thing is this has got such a strong flavor to it that if you do want to use it as a dip, you can blend the artichoke and jalapeno dip. You can blend this with some non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and it's still like a 1-to-1 ratio, so you can double it. So you can make like 4 tablespoons of that new dip. So you can make, you know, so you're going to do 2 tablespoons of the artichoke and jalapeno dip, 2 tablespoons of non-fat plain Greek yogurt, mix that together really well, and it's going to make 4 tablespoons for still only 2 Smart Points if you were on purple. And it's delicious. It's still very, very flavorful. It's still very creamy, and you can use it on carrots. It is good on carrots, celery, sugar snap peas. It's pretty good on snow peas. I prefer sugar snap peas. It's good on pretzels. It's good on the pretzel thins, you know, things like that. So that's a great way to extend that, you know, and kind of make that, you know, kind of make that last. I have also used this in macaroni and cheese, believe it or not. So in macaroni and cheese, whether we're going to use whole wheat pasta noodles or if we're going to do like a spaghetti squash and use that as part of the noodles, or I have not used it on any of the like zoodles, you know, like the zucchini noodles or the squash noodles or carrot noodles or anything like that. Haven't tried it on that yet. But we have used this to make macaroni and cheese. So it's got just a little bit of heat to it. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I don't think the jalapeno in it is bad. Oh, wait, Loretta says mix that in my tuna instead of mayonnaise. Perfect. That is a perfect idea, Loretta. Perfect idea. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm going to try that next because I still have this much of this left. But it's great like that. It's also great as a sandwich spread. So had not thought about mixing it in the tuna instead of mayonnaise, but it's great as a sandwich spread. You know, just spread it on your bread, and again, it goes farther if you mix it half and half, or you know, like tablespoon per tablespoon. You know, it goes farther if you mix it with some non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and then do that. Oh, and Loretta also says on rice cakes. That sounds delicious as well. But if you do that and thin it out a little bit, and then put it on a sandwich, so you know, like a turkey sandwich or something like that, it's delicious like that as well. I have also put it in my secret recipe scrambled eggs. If you've never made my secret recipe scrambled eggs, you need to go do that like now, like right now. They are so fluffy, you're gonna pass out. I mean, you're really just gonna pass out, and they're so stinking easy. We could eat those all the time, but this is a great mix-in for those. Yeah, so it's super awesome. Okay, what we're gonna make with it tonight, though, let's see. Oh, sorry, y'all are still having fun with the emoji, with the emoji tracking. Barbara says she clicked on champagne emoji on the app, and it gave her an item like pudding. That's pretty funny. That is pretty hilarious. Okay, but so this dip is extremely versatile. It is extremely versatile. So again, sandwiches, you can use it as a sandwich spread. I'm going to slow down just a little bit. I'm talking super, super fast. Okay. You can use it as a sandwich spread. It goes farther if you double it. If you do, again, tablespoon per tablespoon, non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and the artichoke and jalapeno dip. Do that. Tastes great in macaroni and cheese. Loretta swears by it with tuna instead of mayonnaise. I think that is a great idea. That is actually, I think I'm probably going to try that, not tomorrow. I'll probably try that Tuesday because I'll be here at work on Tuesday. Let's just stop and think for a second. That's a great idea, Loretta. So I think I've still got some 1 point Olay Extreme Wellness tortillas. If you mixed this with your tuna and then spread it on an Olay Extreme Wellness tortilla, and then put some cheese, put some lower fat, some light shredded cheese on there, and heated that up and folded it over, would that not make the most amazing tuna melt? Would that not be awesome? Yeah, I think that would be super good. Who thinks that would make like a super spicy, delicious tuna melt? I think that's an awesome idea. Okay, so That's another good one. You can make it into, you can spread it out a little bit, you know, in the dip. And, you know, go ahead and mix it with the non-fat plain Greek yogurt. You can mix it with some fat-free sour cream. I'm just telling you, it's extremely versatile. It's extremely versatile. Oh, mashed potatoes. I forgot to mention those. Mashed potatoes, so y'all know we talked about this last week. I buy the Trader Joe's frozen mashed potatoes. There's no reason to peel a potato ever again. If you have a Trader Joe's within 2 hours of you, there is no reason to peel a potato ever again. The mashed potatoes are perfect. So you just get the frozen Trader Joe's mashed potatoes, cook them like normal, mix this in, and do some add some non-fat plain Greek yogurt to it to kind of, you know, to creamy it up again. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Absolutely delicious. And then the last thing before we make these is the jalapeno artichoke bacon cheesy ciabatta. I don't know. I'm serious. The name is about that long. It is the most delicious thing ever. I mean, it's the most delicious thing you will ever put in your mouth. And I pair it with the Trader Joe's, the tricolor cauliflower that we looked at last week. I pair it with that. Okay, so enough about talking. Let's do some doing. So we have 3 minutes left on this batch of eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and use the eggs that I had already made. Oh, and okay, a couple of you asked what was in my water this week. So because it looks funny, it looks blue. It should look blue. So this is just spring water, and I did 2 pumps of Mermaid, of the Skinny Syrups. Where are they? Skinny Syrups Mermaid, a splash of mango, and a splash of coconut, because it was a little bit warm today, and it tastes like I'm in the tropics. Okay, I want to show you the difference real quick. Before I show you how to make these, I want to show you the difference in this. So I'm making hard-boiled eggs in the air fryer, 260 degrees for 16 minutes, and then we're going to put them in an ice bath for 5 minutes. So again, never successfully did hard-boiled eggs. This one is my hard-boiled egg. Look how pretty that is. Whoop, good. Barbara got her syrups yesterday. So that's my hard-boiled egg. You see how pretty it is? This is a hard-boiled egg that we bought in a moment of desperation here in the showroom. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it is chunked up. Like, that's awful. It is absolutely chunked up. Okay, if you make your hard-boiled eggs in the air fryer, though, oh, Debbie knows how to make her own mashed potato pucks, and she's got them in her freezer right now. Awesome. Okay, so if you do your eggs in the air fryer, look how easy these peel. These are like so easy. This is getting ready to start coming off in huge chunks here. This is so easy. So easy. And I know some people put these in like a jar with water and shake them. And the shaking, you know, kind of breaks that membrane, and it makes them peel really easy too. And then it just literally falls off. But look how easy that came off. So these are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hard-boiled eggs. So easy, so easy. And I'm going to go ahead and cut them in half. And you can keep hard-boiled eggs in the refrigerator for several days without using them. So look how pretty those are on the inside. They're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. But I'm only going to do 3, and I'm going to do the kind of chunked up one that I, again, bought in a moment of desperation. I just needed some hard-boiled eggs. And actually, they're not even... Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to show you how to do this real quick. When the time is up on your eggs, do not pick them up. Please don't just grab them. They're going to be super hot. They're going to be 260 degrees, okay? You're going to scorch your little hand. And you don't need this much water. This is just what I was using. But use something like, I don't even know what kind of a little basket thing this is, but it's perfect for getting them out. And you're just going to dump them into the ice bath. And you're going to leave them in there for about... Yeah, and it does match the eggs on my apron. Carol's right. So yeah, so you're just going to leave them in there for at least 5 minutes, but longer than 5 minutes is okay. It's not going to hurt anything for them to be in there longer than 5 minutes. Okay, so anyway, that's how you make the hard-boiled eggs. But look at the difference in the color. So this is my air fryer hard-boiled egg. This is the store hard-boiled egg. Can you see that? Mine's much prettier. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 hard-boiled eggs. I'm gonna show you how easy the yolk comes out of mine too. So we're just gonna do 3 so that I don't keep you all here all night. We've got, actually, we might actually end like a moment or 2 early. Okay, so these are my eggs out of the air fryer. And look, I just squeezed it. The yolk went right in the bowl. Right in the bowl. Here's another one of mine. Squeezed it. Yolk went right in the bowl. Didn't have to prod it or poke it or anything else. Here's one of the store-bought eggs. That one worked pretty well. But it's just so pale. It's so pale on the outside of it. It's so chopped up. And then here's the other one. And then the last 2 of mine. And again, in case you came in late, the hard-boiled eggs, it's better if they're about a week or so old. Also, forgot to mention, they need to be room temperature. Yeah, so don't take them straight out of the refrigerator. If they're room temperature before you start, that's when they pop out of the white so easily. Okay, so we're just going to do 3. And we are going to go ahead and smush those up. I'm sure that's not the technical term for it, but we are going to smush those egg yolks up. And this is yummy. I promise everybody in your family, unless they just really don't like spicy things, everybody in your family is going to love these. Love, love, love these. And they're so easy. And I make these, so like I'm making 6 hard-boiled egg halves. So that's 6 halves of hard-boiled eggs. And, or 3 eggs, 3 whole eggs. And that's what I'm going to be eating for a couple of days for lunch this week. Except I think I am going to make that tuna melt that Loretta inspired me accidentally to make. Okay, so I'm going to use this same fork. So I'm just going to use my Swedish wet-it cloth that you can also get here at Casey Kitchen Center to wipe that off. And I'm obsessed with this fork. So this fork came with the chapel here at Casey Kitchen Center, and it only has 3 tines. I don't know why. Why does it only have 3 tines? Somebody please explain that to me, but I'm obsessed with it. Okay, and then I'm going to take, that is about 2 tablespoons. That is about 2 tablespoons of the artichoke and jalapeno dip. I almost called it jalapeno artichoke dip. That's about 2 tablespoons of that. And I am just going to mix it with the egg whites. The egg yolks. And if you want to add any seasonings to this, you can, but this is it's really just delicious on its own. And if you wanted to get super fancy, you could do this with a mixer, with a hand mixer or something like that to make them extra creamy. You could put them back in your eggs with something, use some fancy way. Bye, Alicia. Some fancy way to get them back in your eggs, but I just like the super simple 3-tined fork way. Oh, and Sandra says it's just that way. She has a whole set like that. I don't know. Maybe I've never seen a 3-tined fork, but it just fascinates me. So I end up using it a lot. I don't know, just because it fascinates me. Okay, so after you do that, you're just going to put your egg yolk with the jalapeno artichoke dip. That's not what it's called. It's called artichoke and jalapeno dip. You're going to put that back into your eggs. And right now, my sister is cringing somewhere because she pipes like you would do cookie icing or whatever. She pipes the filling back into her egg yolks. So she can just get over it. Okay, and if you really, really like jalapenos, like if you really like hot stuff, this is excellent with a few extra dices of jalapeno. So if you buy diced jalapeno, this is really good with a few extra. Okay, Jean says it's a fish fork. Okay, but my sister does this with, anyway, she uses a piping bag. What I was saying about the jalapenos though, if you like your stuff super, super hot, this is really good with the diced, you can get diced jalapenos in a jar. And it's really good with some of the diced jalapenos put on top. Because John and I do like things pretty spicy. Okay, so here we go. Okay, that is just about right. And again, the Swedish dishcloths, if you don't already have one of these, you've got to go get one. So like this, I'll just throw it in the dishwasher when I leave tonight. We do have these at CaseyKitchenCenter.com. And oh, by the way, in case I didn't already say it like 15 times, the holiday ones, the Christmas and fall ones, are 25% off with no, you don't have to have any coupon code. They're just 25% off. Okay, so, and to sanitize this, because I just rubbed egg yolk all over it, gonna throw it in the dishwasher. Okay, so look how pretty these are. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I probably could have picked a different color plate for this, but let me go ahead and try one of them for you, even though I know what these taste like because we eat these all the time. Okay, and Cheryl does hers with a plastic bag and snip the corner. See, that's so my sister. That is so my sister. It's just, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it before I can make it pretty. So let me try it for you. Yeah, see, I already know what they taste like. So I'm cheating. I'm cheating because they are absolutely delicious. I already know what they taste like. If you like semi-spicy things, you're probably going to want to just leave them, you know, like it is, the 3 eggs with about 2 tablespoons of the artichoke and jalapeno dip. If you like things a lot spicier, like John and I like things super hot, super good. Oh, it would be really good with like a candied jalapeno on top. I wonder if I can make... Okay, I'm sorry, I just total sidetrack. I wonder if I can make candied jalapenos in my chew-a-me that I'm making sauerkraut in right now. That's something to keep in mind. Anyway, jalapenos on top, diced jalapenos, a candied jalapeno would be awesome. But I hope you all learned a few new things that you can do with the leftovers of something that you got for something else. So the artichoke and jalapeno dip, highly recommend it. It's a really good one. 1 point per tablespoon. If you don't mix it with anything else, you can make lots of things with it. And I'm definitely going to be trying that. Tuna melt. I think it's going to be awesome. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for the day. We've had a great and exciting weekend finding out about pistachio heading this way in October. And if you missed the first part of this, you're going to have to go back and watch it to find out who pistachio is. But y'all have a great week. I hope you have so much fun doing your homework, doing your hashtag emoji track. I hope you have so much fun with that because it sounds like y'all are already having a blast. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, I've been pointing the wrong direction. I don't remember which way I'm supposed to be pointing, but we did figure it out. I'm pointing the wrong direction. But just go ahead and let the next video roll over. And then go ahead and click subscribe. Pretty please hit subscribe. And if you would like any of our cool merch, you can go over here and go ahead and click on Spreadshirt and it will take you there. But I so appreciate you all being here again this week. I will see you next week. And I hope y'all have a good one and do your homework. Oh, we've been doing some short videos on Instagram. So if you follow us on Instagram, go ahead and watch those on IGTV. But y'all have an amazing week and I will see you next time.